On this week's resort review, we're looking at Pop Century Resort. Pop Century Resort is a value resort themed as a tribute to the classic decades of the 50s through the 90s. The building, art style, and naming conventions all pay homage to these decades and are definitely a perk for those pop culture history buffs out there. For instance, staying in the 1960s buildings includes having to walk through a yo-yo to get upstairs and swimming in the Hippy Dippy pool shaped like a flower. Whereas staying in the 1980s building will have you walking through a Rubik's Cube and swimming in a computer pool. Each sets of buildings also have major pop culture items and Disney characters from movies released during that decade in large-scale form. One of the largest perks of value resorts is in the name, value prices. A one-night stay at Pop Century will run around the 110s in price, with the only upgrade options being a pool view and preferred rooms for closeness to the main hall. In peak season, the price can raise to about the 160s, which is still a lot cheaper than most resorts. One thing to note on the rooms is that they are in the process of being upgraded to laminate flooring, underbed storage, and a new Art Deco style. Currently, the 90s and 80s buildings are complete, with the others in progress. Value resorts cater to families, with their prices, their lack of sit-down restaurants, and their kid-friendly atmospheres. There is a standard arcade and a running trail, which includes fun facts about years past. You can play ping pong by the pool, and can even fish off Hourglass Lake. On the other side of Hourglass is the Art of Animation Resort, and you have access to their food court and arcade. In a few years' time, however, Pop Century will also have access to the Disney Skyway gondolas, with a station between them and Art of Animation, giving direct access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Food options at Pop Century are much smaller compared to other resorts, but again, that's the focus of value resorts. The Everything Pop shopping and dining food court features several different themes of food items, from southern classics like pot roast and fried chicken to burgers, sandwiches, and pizza. You can also get snacks from the Pedals Pool Bar near the Hippy Dippy Pool, and you have in-room pizza delivery. Pop Century is home to 3 pools: the centrally located Hippy Dippy Pool at the 60s building, the bowling pool by the 50s building, and the computer pool by the 80s and 90s buildings. Each pool comes with its own fun and hidden details to look at and enjoy. The Hippy Dippy Pool is the largest and brings the most crowds, so keep that in mind. All in all, Pop Century is a great resort for families and people not wanting to spend a lot for that magical stay. It's also perfect for those guests who are really just looking for a bed to sleep in while they hit the parks all day. Those seeking romantic getaways or quiet weekends would benefit more from a moderate or deluxe, as this resort doesn't quite fit that. We give Pop Century 2.5 out of 5 Mickey ears because of the limited amenities and the food, but it's still a magical resort and keeps that Disney spirit intact.